Thank you very much, Hondo and LV. The third set of presenters are from State University of New York, and I'm not sure who is going to start the ball game here. Crash, Marcus, Alejandro.
I'll start us off. This is Crash. I threw some slides up and back if you can see them. Welcome everybody, we're glad to be here. We're going to come at this from a little different perspective. We're going to talk about the Suny System, which is a confederacy of about 64 different campuses, and how we're trying to do something with Second Life to bring that group together. Can everyone hear me well? All right, good. You'll see that the three of us, first of all, let me introduce us. Alexandra Pickett is the Associate Director for the Suny Learning Network, so she'll be able to talk from the system perspective. If you're not familiar with Suny at all, the Suny Learning Network is a distance learning program that has brought together the entire system and put us on a consistent platform. At least many of the campuses, over 30 campuses, are using one course management system, and it allowed the campus, it created a vehicle for Suny to communicate along this, basically it brought instructional designers to almost every Suny campus and started building community. And she'll talk a lot about what Suny thinks they can do with Second Life. Larry Dugan, my colleague at Finger Lakes Community College, is the Director of Learning Environments, and he'll talk about a little more about Project Live after I shut up. He'll tell you that I can talk forever about this. And then I'm from Monroe Community College. Yes, I can. And I'm the Assistant Vice President for Instructional Technologies there. Suny Live started as an idea about 2.5 years ago. Actually, I should step back a little bit before that. Marcius got me into Second Life, much to my wife's chagrin. Then shortly afterwards, I ran into John. I'd known him in real life, and he brought, the first group he sent me to was Nova Scotia. So I joined with them one night. I didn't make many other nights because that night was just a bad night to get together, but it was the first group I actually met in Second Life, the first community of educators. It was really exciting. When I started talking to my boss about this, I should say that I'm very fortunate to work at MCC where trying new things isn't a question, isn't hard to do, and we always try to push the envelope a little bit. So what we did was thank you. We came up with the idea of Suny Live. Marcius, Jeff Barkovich, my vice president, and I sat down and started talking about what can we do to see if Second Life really has any traction or has any value in education. So what we came up with was the idea of a 6-month experience. And we got funding through Suny from the Provost's office, Suny Fact Conference, or the Suny Fact Group, through MCC, and a couple other avenues to start this experience. What we did is we bought an island, the MCC island. Feel free to stop by. We invited the Suny System, which, if you're not familiar with that, it's 64 campuses spread throughout Suny. 30 plus of those are community colleges, and then 4-year and university centers as well. And we sent a note out to everybody and said, come learn about Second Life, come join us for a day. And within about 3 days, we had 50 plus people and representing 20 plus campuses signed up and agreed to come to our campus. We spent a day introducing people to Second Life. We had speakers like IntelliGirl Tully, Steve Jacobs from RIT, come and talk about what was going on in Second Life and why we might be interested. Then what we did is we said, okay, we've got an island. Many of your campuses don't really believe or haven't really been convinced yet what Second Life is or there's any value, so we're going to give each of you a plot and then do whatever you want with it for the next 6 months. So we carved up our island, handed out plots to every campus that showed up, and anybody else that ever showed up afterwards, and then said, okay, every Tuesday at 12:30, we're going to get together and meet. Whoever can show up, 2 people, 10 people, 20 people, doesn't matter however many, we'll get together and chat and see what we're doing. And there's a picture there of one of our get-togethers. The most amazing thing to me was that our first face-to-face meeting was I believe in April. And this persisted throughout the entire summer. So this actually really meant something. People showed up over summer to get together and start building and creating things. We then got together the following fall for another full-day workshop. We had Desiderate at Stockton come to us. Actually, it was rather humorous that at the last minute, the day before, she called and said she couldn't travel. Her students couldn't travel. So we presented most of our second day via Second Life. And she talked about Literature Live projects she was doing, and then she had a student panel talk about their experiences. And the exciting thing was that was about 2 years ago. And since then, this group, there's been some ebb and flow, but it's persisted and grown. And because of that first event, there are now about 6 or 7 SUNY campuses that have their own islands. SUNY Learning Network bought an island as a place to host more campuses, and there's been a lot of excitement generated over those years. Over the 2.5 years, we've had things like the Oneonta Music Program has built a stage on our site where every semester they have their music students who are supposed to learn how the music industry works run live events. Sorry, my dog is barking. Run live events so their students can actually say that I've experienced from booking a talent to advertising the show to creating the stage to running the actual concert. We have Buffalo State's fashion design program. We have a plot showing what they're doing, and there they design clothing. Have a virtual runway and get the experience of building clothing and selling it and actually doing something with it in Second Life. We have MCC's Music Library, which is an idea, just a proof of concept to see if you can build a learning center where students can come and chat with the librarian or pick different music genres to listen to. The same person that built that, by the way, it's amazing what you find people can do. A music faculty member came out of the woodwork and said they want to do this, and it's a good thing they're insomniacs because they can stay up all night and do this, but they built the music library, and now they're building it looks like a roller coaster, but you can basically walk through the sonata form of music. I'm not a musician, I won't try to explain it, but as they walk, they get to experience the entire piece of music and actually walk through it and live it. Desideria built Walden Pond there. We have 6 Genesee Community College classes going on right now, and I think the person doing that is in our audience right now. We have Portland's Castle right there. We have Oswego's Diner. And since then, Cortland has an island. Oswego has an island. University of Buffalo has an island. There's about 6 other campuses that have islands going right now. So we're excited because we talk about community. The community this has built really has been a place to bring together the Suny system and give instructional designers or anyone else interested a place to start building, experimenting, exploring, and using it as a proof of concept. Anyone that comes to the island now can see about 20 different campuses and what they've done with it, and then bring their faculty or their administrators back and say, look, this has value, and I think we should try some of it. And what you'll hear from Alex later, too, is we're still loaning out spaces. And I must say my ulterior motive was I wasn't sure I could generate enough excitement among all my faculty members. What I could do, though, is buy an island and create space and then bring them and show them what 20 other people have done. So it was very little work on my part, other than creating a space and providing it, and then finding out what people could really do with it. It's rather funny. Just yesterday, our community college CIO group throughout SUNY had a virtual meeting, basically a conference call all day long. Actually about half a day. We volunteered to host anyone that wanted to come at the end of that meeting to our island. And I was amazed at 4:15 on a Friday afternoon, after they sat through a conference call all day, we had at least 6 CIOs show up on our campus on our MCC island. And many of them, actually a couple of them, had just created avatars that day to see what it's all about. So the word is still growing, the island is still there, and the exciting thing now is we have some of our own faculty actually starting to build things as well. But that's a really quick synopsis of the type of community that we think what Second Life has done for us. I just brought up my slide quickly. There's a slurl there. We're not actually listed in the search, but if you go to the map and type Monroe Community College, you'll easily find us. So there's a lot of excitement going on there. I'm going to be quiet. Marcius will be amazed. He'll actually get some time to talk on this presentation. I'm going to turn over to him to talk right now.